Pisces, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your March 2023 monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. Oh, so we have the star coming out. So when I see this star energy, what's important to understand is that you're moving towards a new goal within your life. You're seeing what you want to do within your life and you're moving towards that. Now, here's the thing, you got to be realistic, okay? And Pisces have a hard time with realism. So this is a time for you to get your head out of the clouds and say, this is what I truly want to do within my life. This is my goal. How am I going to attain this goal? Because I do feel like there's a way to attain something that's physical and tangible within this reality right here. And it's also understanding, the goal of your life right here. Who are you? The constellation of your life. Going from point A to point B to point C, And so you might be going on to a new phase right here. So with this star energy, pay attention to your goals. Don't let your goals escape. Maybe you need to have new goals and new dreams. For example, I said in one of the readings, you've always wanted to be a doctor, but then, you're scared of blood or it makes you sick and you can't handle it. So have a new goal, have a new dream. You're not a failure because you understood that about yourself. Yes, TV makes things glamorous. Sometimes things are not glamorous, in real life as they are on TV. So move towards something else. Maybe you can handle, investigation or criminal psychology, things of that nature. It's still kind of like in the medical realm, but it's a little bit different. So with this starlight energy, I think that maybe you have to change things up a little bit, but at the same time, it's still kind of like there. It's still like you thought it was this star, but maybe it was this one over here. A little bit of trajectory, offshooting, but that's okay. So let's look at the starlight energy. What do we need to know for you, Pisces? What's going on? I'm going to be using the Revelations Tarot. This deck does have reversals in it. Okay, we have the moon coming out. I feel like you're seeing things clearly, like the clouds are going away. The clouds are finally being lifted and you're able to see the stars now. You're able to see what your goals are, and that's really good right here because the moon does represent, occultism and darkness and being lost in the dark and being scared and being trapped and you can't see what you need to do. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and we have the King of Cups in reverse. But here's the thing now, just because the illusion, the veil has been lifted, doesn't mean that you are just A-okay. It's kind of like, you've had to halt growing something. It's like, this is what I thought I wanted to do, but now your cups have fallen out because it's like, well, now that the veil has been lifted, now that I see the truth, now that I understand, what is next? What can you do next? It's kind of like, you thought you were supposed to spend your life with one person and then you saw who they truly were, and you've already planted seeds and you've tried to grow something and it just doesn't work out. And now you're sitting there like, well, I want my cup filled up. Now I need help trying to figure out what I need to do within my life. And that's the problem right here, Pisces. And I feel like that's what's going to be illuminated to you. That's what's going to be given to you with the starlight energy. Hold your cup out to the universe and allow the universe to fill up your cup. And I feel like the universe is not going to mess up. It's going to hand you what you were supposed to be doing. Now, you might not like that, but I don't think that it's wrong. I talked about this in, I believe, Virgo's reading. You might not like something, but that's what it is, okay? For example, we always have this idea that, we have to be glamorous. We always have to, have these heirs, and we have to be a part of this royal family, in our lineage, in our bloodline. Some of us are just peasants. Some of us were just farmers and have, hundreds of years of just farmers within our families. And sometimes you just have to be like, you know what, that's what they did. That's what I do. Might not be glamorous, might not be pretty, but whatever. So what's this star? We have the Queen of Swords, you have the World. Yeah, you can see the end phase of something. You understand the truth behind something. You understand the truth behind the mystery. It's like the veil has been revealed. You know who the Wizard of Oz is. You know that the Wizard of Oz isn't as glamorous as it was before. When you saw the horse of many colors and you saw the poppy fields and you were walking through Munchkin Land and you had people riding on broomsticks and whatnot and talking trees, and then all of a sudden you see that it's just a man behind everything. And you're like, okay, so what do I do now? And that's what the situation is it's like, well, what do you do now? I mean, ignorance is bliss, but, much learning makes you mad. And I kind of feel like you're at that point of much learning hath made you mad. And you're like, well, this is what I wanted, but now that I know the truth, now I'm upset about having the truth. Seven of Pentacles, the Magician with the Eight of Pentacles, get to work. That's what you're skilled at. That's what you have to do, okay? Get to work on it. Once you figure it out, Once you've tried to grow something right here and you saw the truth behind it, and now you know what you're supposed to be doing, get to work on it. You have all the skills inside of your DNA and your mind and your thought process behind things. It's kind of like, some people are obsessed with ancient Egypt. Some people are obsessed with, the Roman Empire or the Greek Empire, the Turkish Empire, whatever, the Chinese Empire. And everyone wants to be associated to those royal families. Everyone wants to be, like, I was related to Socrates, or I was related to this pharaoh. And in reality, you probably just weren't. You're probably just related to someone who was living there. It's okay. It doesn't always have to be this grand display, this grand spectacle. It's kind of like, you had your hopes set so high that it was going to be this thing. And in reality, you saw it and you're like, really? That's it? But that's what you're good at. That's what your skills are. That's where your skills lie. That's who you are. Your love and legacy and your DNA is one of the cards in one of the Oracle decks. That's what I'm hearing for you. It's just, that's your DNA. Your family didn't go 5,000, 10,000, however many thousands of years for you to be unhappy with, oh, they were just a bunch of farmers. Yeah, they fed people. Okay? The society wouldn't have gotten that far without their work. So, King of Cups got the strength energy, you got the death energy. So with the strength and death, the strength of death right here, I kind of feel like in a weird way, death is being kind of held back. Now, the major arcanas don't trump one another. I'm just saying that death is being held back for something. It's kind of like passing by you, okay? Because remember, the angel holds the mouth of the lion shut, and death is passing to these people right here. So it's kind of like the angel is holding you back while the angel of death walks by. And that's what I'm kind of feeling for you, is it's like, I don't know why the angel of death is just passing by you. I mean, the majors don't trump, and when you try to combine them like this, it does represent that you're being held back while something passes by. A message of the tower. So a message of the tower is coming out, so a destruction is happening. You have your cups filled out. You're wanting something to change right here. You're hoping for a grand change, but here's the thing. Change can't happen until something is broken down, right? The angels want to protect you from something being broken down. Maybe that's that moon energy. Like, you finally understand what it is, and the angels are holding you back while this situation is changing. Because remember, death is a transformation in and of its own. So the transformation is that this tower is being destroyed. So a great work, a great thought, a great idea, but you're getting news of this tower being destroyed. But in the meantime, the angel wants to protect you and move you and keep you here. And I kind of feel like that's what the situation is it's like, maybe you really want this exciting, extravagant life, but the whole time is that the angels are trying to keep you held back. Here's the thing. The longest lifespans in this world are like in Japan and I believe in Greece. Okay? Those are like the longest lifespans in the world. Why? Because those people, they farm. They mind their own business. They till the ground. They make the best foods that they can. They only eat organic. Like, they don't use any type of pesticides in their food. Because that's their life. Is that they're supposed to live it easy. I mean, not living it easy because farming is hard, but like, they're not out there fighting wars trying to take over each other's lands. They're just doing what comes naturally. And while death is marching by and, getting all these people, they're protected. Yes, they get the messages of like, oh, China did this or Russia did that or America did this, but at the same time, it's like, and they're still moving along with their life. The sunlight energy, they're happy. They're truly happy, and I kind of feel like that's what the cycle is for you, Pisces. You're just not really vibing with what your family did, or you're not really vibing with what's being told for you to do. The King of Wands is to just sit there. The Nine of Pentacles, grow your own garden by... And when I say sit there, it's like once you have the secret revealed to you, that's your skill, that's your goal, that's what you want to work on. For example, some people have always wanted to be like, engineers or pilots. And in reality, they're just tailors. And that's what their family did for the past 500-600 years. They make clothes. And maybe they've been taught the skill how to make clothes, but they're wanting to go and do this. But every time they try to get there, things fall apart. But here's the thing. Their goal in this life was to be a tailor too. And it's not saying that, later on down the line, one of their ancestors can't be a nuclear physicist on Mars traveling to Jupiter. I don't know. But for this time period, you're supposed to be happy and healthy with your skill set. What do you know how to do? What did your family do? Pay attention to that. And that's what's being lifted for you, Pisces, is that you see the truth. You see all these different things, But you know that that star that's shining the brightest, that's your star. And you're kind of like, really? Is that it? Five of Cups. Really? Is that it? Crying over spilled milk. Like, it's almost like finding out that you had such high hopes to be, you know, related to a pharaoh and your family was just, you know, rice farmers. Okay. But you know what? You still have the 2 cups that are behind you, or 2 cups that are still below you. What do you want, Beatrice? Go in. She wants to go into the cabinet. You have the King of Pentacles. That's what makes you rich, though. That's what makes you rich. 5 of Pentacles. It's coming out of the cold. With the 5 of Pentacles, this does represent poverty, but it's because they're trying to forge their own path. But here's the thing, the church is behind them. The church is illuminated, right? There is no one standing out there, you know, ringing a bell like, come inside, all ye who are sick and hungry. They're inside where it's warm. These 2 people are being stubborn. And that's the whole point of Taurus, is that they're stubborn. They don't want to ask for help. And what is the King of Pentacles? Well, it's Taurus energy. So you need to go and do what you're supposed to be doing. You're being enlightened to that. You have the Page of Cups. You have the Page of Wands. You have the Page of Swords. Wow. Okay. You have the Judgment. You know, you have, and you feel it. It's kind of like you have 3 initiates right here of 3 different things, of 3 different sects. It's kind of like, oh, the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. That's what I was just about to say for you, is that imagine these people right here. Some have the wands, some have the swords, some have the cups, and they've been called to be initiates within these things. And you have this pentacle right here. You have the pentacle of the earth. And you're like, well, I don't want it. Do you want to trade it for your wand right here? And they're like, no, I don't really want to trade my wand off for your pentacle. And they're like, well, okay, well, how about I trade off this sword for this pentacle? And they're like, no, I kind of want to keep the sword. But that's the thing. The reason that it's stuck and the reason that it's not going forward is because it's meant for you, Pisces. That's the truth behind the situation. You have been handed your pentacle because your pentacle is not the Page Pentacles. They can't see that it's Page Pentacles, okay? Or that what they've been offered is page stuff. You've been offered something that's elevated above the pages, all right? And you can travel all the way through to the King of Pentacles. These people will not be able to do that. Well, maybe they will be with some extra hard work. It's like you're jealous about what they have versus what you have. And what you have is a status above these people. But you're like, I'd rather trade my status downward so I can have this exciting life. Why would you do that other than the fact that you just want notoriety? You want fame. But here's the thing. Fame, notoriety, all comes from status and wealth. When you're 50 years old, you won't care. You just really won't. These people will, you know, have a home, have whatever, but you have the King of Pentacles, which is running an empire, okay? So it's all about that. It's like, well, why would you downgrade? You have the Queen of Cups coming out, you have the 6 of Wands, and you have the Queen of Wands. So with this is like what's being offered to you is victory with this Queen of Wands energy. It's like you sitting there all alone. So this water and this wand energy, so water and fire is victory. Your water sign, water and fire is victory. I almost feel like, here's the thing. You're trying to trade off things, but you're the King of Pentacles right here. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you, is that you have this King of Pentacles. Oh, wow, that's symbolic. You have the Queen of Swords, you have the Page of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Cups, and you have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. It's like all these queens now are fighting for this King of Pentacles. All of these people, once they become queens, they're looking for their king now. And when I say queens and kings, I'm saying like they reach a level of notoriety, they reach a level of status, but now they're looking at the King of Pentacles who's running their own company. For example, these 3 people, yeah, they work at a job, they have, you know, what they need, but you're the one running the whole show. You have the Ace of Pentacles coming out, being off. It's all pentacle. You have a gift, you have a skill, you just don't want to use it. Seven of Pentacles, but it's telling you to grow it. Now the Seven of Pentacles is upright. Just put it into the earth, Pisces. Put your skill, put your work, put this thing into the earth and let it grow. The Queen of Pentacles. I mean, this is what it is, Pisces. It's like you want to trade off everything that you have to these other people, but you're going to be sitting as the King of Pentacles, as King of the Earth. And when I say King of the Earth, I'm like, nice house, nice cars, nice whatever, nice all these status things, because King of Pentacles rules opulence, all right? It rules the material wealth. Leo rules the physical side of things, all right? The King of Pentacles rules everything else that's around it. So you're a Pisces, right? And so a Pisces has the most signs with the most billionaires. Before Elon Musk just took over as the richest man in the world, it was another Pisces. So that's what I'm seeing for you. And I believe Elon Musk is a Cancer. So water signs everywhere. You're supposed to be surrounded by wealth. And all these people, once you reach your level of notoriety, once you reach your level of status, once you have these pentacles planted, they will grow for you. And all these people will be looking at saying, who can be the next victor for the King of Pentacles right here? It's funny. I think it was Bernard Arnault is, or Armand. Bernard Arnault, I believe, is a Pisces. And his wife, his second wife, I believe, for one of their outings, she wore the sign of the moon, which, remember, Pisces is technically ruled by the moon. I associate it more to Cancer, but whatever. So he's a Pisces, but his moon sign is in Taurus, and she's wearing the Pisces, or the moon card, as on her dress, corresponding to his moon also being in Taurus. So he's a Pisces with the moon in Taurus, and she's wearing the moon, which is a Pisces card, but also telling you to look at the moon sign of Zodiac. She's like really into astrology. So is he. They really are. So you have the Four of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands, and you have the Eight of Cups. Holding on, moving quickly. I just kind of feel like it's letting go. You just need to quickly put it into the ground and walk away from the old things that aren't making you happy. Balance it out with the Two of Pentacles coming out. Yeah. So I kind of feel like you've tried all of these different things that haven't worked out for you. But you're trying something new. You're trying what you know you're good at. You're trying what you know you're supposed to do. You're trying what you know that makes you feel happy. You're trying this new goal that's, you know, it's like, maybe you know you're a good cook, but you don't like cooking for people, like, for real. Nobody likes doing the dishes after they cook. Because the last thing you want to do is spend 5-6 hours making this meal and then eating your food knowing that you have to wash the dishes. Like, it's just like something that feeling bad about it. And maybe that's, you know, why you don't want to be a cook. Because you just don't like that. But that's what you're good at. So, you have Blackbird, Omens, Blackhound, Foreboding, and Raven, Determination. So pay attention to all things black right here. Black, black, black. That's actually a song. I Want It Painted Black. Black birds, black hound, and ravens. So omens, foreboding, determination. So you're going to receive an omen. Maybe it's from the black birds. It's foreboding something, and you're going to have to be very determined to push forward in it, okay? This tower is going to be falling down. You're protected from it. What's handed to you, or how is it going to be handed to you? You have the Magician coming out. I'm going to shuffle this. I have the Magician. I have the Lovers. I think those were from a different reading. I'm going to shuffle them back in. You have the Magician and the Lovers. But let's... Okay. You have the Daughter of Grails, the Devil, the Six of Cups, the Strength, and the Three of Grails. I just kind of feel like it's offered to you. It's kind of like... Imagine the Magician with the Lover's energy. That's kind of what I'm feeling with the Devil, the Six of Grails, and the Strength. It's like the Magician is handing out his pentacles because he's a master. He has all of these different things. He's like, all right, so Page of Wands, you get a wand, you get a cup, you get this, and you get a pentacle. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with it? It's really boring because, you know, the pentacles move really slowly in the deck, right? They just move really, really slowly. But these three people are celebrating, and they're looking at you wondering why you're not celebrating your gift with them. If you were just happy with what you had, I feel like you could celebrate with these people, but it's just like you're not celebrating your talent, your skill, because maybe you just feel like it's just not, maybe you just don't feel like it's braggable. But at the end of the day, it's the one that grows into the most. The Hanged Man, the Emperor, and the Two of Grails. You just gotta, it takes time. It takes time to water things. It takes time to be the Emperor. You have to understand that this one, it requires a lot of self-sacrifice. It requires you to be, in a weird way, it's also telling you that you're going to be the boss or the CEO of something, okay? You're going to be running or ruling something right here. That is your connection. The Pentacle does represent rulership because it's the sign of wealth. It's also Empress or the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the highest one of the Catholic Church. You got, what, 2 billion people who are Catholics in this world, and you have the Pope who sits at the top? I mean, there are multimillionaires who are Catholics. There are billionaires who are Catholics, but the Pope still sits at the top, right? You have, it's just like, you're the emperor, you're the ruler, you're the whatever of this situation. So celebrate that, okay? So, anyway, Pisces. Oh, I didn't get any of these. I was ready to shut down your reading. I haven't done any of the oracle stuff. I'm just being long-winded, I guess. You have brilliance, flow. Go with the flow. Your brilliance is going to shine through. Just go with the flow, okay? Don't try to rush it. Don't try to, look down on it. Don't be unhappy with what's being presented to you. If your family was a bunch of farmers, if your family was a bunch of tailors, if your family was a bunch of hunters, it is what it is. For example, I'm going to tell you something, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way. So, I know people of different races who don't exactly like hunting. They think it's kind of like, it's a southern thing, whatever, right? But once they do it, and once they connect to like their ancestry of who their ancestors were, they really like it. They like hunting and trapping and, things of that nature. Because it's like what their family has done for thousands of years. It piques something, it sparks something, it turns something on in them that's like, this is what I'm supposed to do. It like heightens ancestral instinct. I don't even know if that's like a scientific thing, but I really feel like it is. It's like you do something that your family does, and if you start learning it, you're going to understand why they do it. You're going to understand why no one left it. You're going to understand the secrets, and that's kind of what I'm seeing right here is it's like there's a secret behind something. And it's like if someone else was to do the same thing, for example, say you were to exchange the wands with, say you changed your pentacle for the wand. You wouldn't get the secrets, and neither would this person. But because you decided to keep yours, decided to keep what you were given, it's like you were able to grow generational wealth, or you were able to gain the secret of whatever this is. And you can pass that secret down, and then once you know it, you're going to be like, that's why my family never stopped doing this. So, and I said that at the beginning of the reading. Ancestry, love and legacy, and our DNA. So, we have vampire emotional intelligence. So let's see what's going on with this right here. With this vampire emotional intelligence energy, I feel like it's something that maybe it's like acting or singing or something like that. Maybe you've never wanted to be an actor, but actors are all like social vampires, Maybe you have to be like a singer. Maybe you're like, I don't like singing, but everyone in your family had a beautiful voice. You're like, well, I have to compete against all of these other people, but you got something special. You got the secret. You got the emotional intelligence, and that's the thing. The reason people don't make it, they might have the talent in the world, but they don't have the emotional intelligence, which is charisma, to get far, okay? You have compassion, you have dreams, and you have reconciliation. So be compassionate right here, especially with yourself. Focus on your dreams. Here's the thing. Be careful with your dreams. Don't get too daydreamy about something, but focus on your, physical dreams right here. I feel like you're going to reconcile with your past right here. It's kind of like two people, one's from the past and one's from the future, and they're touching underneath this moonlight, and they're exchanging this energy between their hands. It's like the ancestor is handing off to their great-great-great-great-grandchild, whatever, some sort of information. It's like the soul energy. And if you kind of look closer, I don't know if you can see it, but It's like right here. There's an eye and this light right here. I can see, I don't know how the camera's going to pick it up, but that's what I'm seeing for you, Pisces. It's like once you start doing something, your ancestors are really going to click and show you the secrets of something inside of this water. It's a very beautiful artwork. I really like that picture a lot. That reconciliation energy, it's like, you know, I'm not going to say prodigal son energy, because the thing about the prodigal son versus people who just have their hopes destroyed, those people who have their hopes destroyed actually tried. The prodigal son just wanted to take his money and go out and party and do whatever he wanted to do. But there are people who aren't prodigal sons. There are people who are just like, I don't like doing this. I've learned it. I know the skill, but I want to do something more. I have this feeling to do something more. And you go out and you try it and it fails and it fails and it fails. You go back home. There's a song. Okay, listen. Love Club by Lorde. Love Club, Lorde. One listen to it. Just one listen to it, Pisces. It'll change your thoughts. It'll change your, like... So we have not his need. Need, self-restraint, disappointment, avoidance of greed, and patience, simplification. The spiritual meaning is asceticism, transcendence, in the soul. This is all about the soul energy. This is all about your family's energy right here. I know you're disappointed, but you have to avoid greed. You have to be patient. You have to simplify things. I kind of feel like your needs are very simple, but because your needs are simple, you get the most. So with Fehe coming out, achieve a goal, attract money, succeed in business, attain a promotion or a new job. So I feel like you're going to succeed in business right here. I feel like this helps you attract money. I just think that this is something you don't want to do. One more card. Let's just get one more card. Zombie control. Release control of the situation. And that's the whole point, is that you need to release control for yourself, Pisces. You just need to release it and say, okay, I'm going to accept what the universe has to offer me. I'm going to accept what my ancestors did. I'm going to listen to the love and legacy and guidance that they've been doing. There was a reason that they did it, and I'm part of that legacy. So anyway, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.